Something is happening with Gunther right now, and I don't think the WWE Universe is ready for it. Backstage whispers are getting louder, sources are talking, and the name coming up over and over again is Triple H, because according to what's circulating right now, the game has a plan for Gunther. A real one. A secret one. And if this pans out the way people think it will, it changes the entire road to SummerSlam. But before I tell you what that plan might be, you need to understand exactly what Gunther did on SmackDown that made this whole thing possible. Because what went down in Albany, New York was not normal television. This was a statement, and it might be the first domino in something much, much bigger. Stick with me. This one's wild. Quick thing before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We break down WWE and AEW booking, backstage rumors, and fantasy booking scenarios like this one every single week. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Okay, let's get into it. So here's where we are. Last Friday, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis was reinstated after being out of commission. Big moment, right? Fresh start, new authority figure back in the chair. 2 hours later, Gunther put him down. That's it. That's the story. Gunther walked in, saw Aldis, and ended his night before it even really started. No long speech, no slow build, just brutality. The ring general doing what he does best, making a statement with violence instead of words. And because of that, SmackDown this week literally had 0 matches announced going in. Nick Aldis was reportedly incapacitated. Nobody was booking the show. Raw general manager Adam Pearce had to step in and run SmackDown again, cleaning up a mess that Gunther created out of pure aggression. Think about that for a second. One attack, one decision by Gunther, and it derailed the authority structure of an entire brand. Then Friday night happens. Gunther walks out in a suit. Not gear, a suit. Scowl on his face, chorus of boos raining down, "You suck" chants everywhere, and he doesn't back down from any of it. He grabs the mic and says he's been mistreated on SmackDown, says he should already be undisputed WWE champion, says the only thing standing in his way is Aldis. And then he goes after Sami Zayn. Calls him beneath him. Calls him a bum. Because Gunther's not happy being paired with Zayn for Saturday night's main event against CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. That's when Adam Pearce comes out and drops the bomb. If Gunther and Zayn beat Punk and Rhodes at Madison Square Garden, they're both getting added to the undisputed WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. Fatal 4-way, for the title, at the biggest party of the summer. And as if that wasn't enough chaos, Rhodes runs in right there and attacks Gunther. Later in the night, their singles match ends in a no contest after Zayn interferes, and it spirals into a full-blown brawl between all 4 men, Punk, Rhodes, Gunther, and Zayn, tearing SmackDown apart to close the show. So let's recap where we actually stand. Gunther attacked an authority figure and got away with it. Gunther is 1 win away from a fatal 4-way world title shot at SummerSlam. Gunther is openly disrespecting his own tag team partner, and Gunther is doing all of this with the calm, terrifying confidence of a man who knows something the rest of us don't. That's the part that's got everybody talking.
Because Gunther doesn't operate like this without a reason. He's the most protected, most credible big match performer on the entire roster. WWE does not let this man look this dominant, this untouchable, unless they are building to something enormous. And that's exactly where Triple H comes into this conversation. Now here's where things get really interesting, because this is the part that's currently just rumor and speculation, but it's rumor and speculation that lines up scarily well with everything we just watched. According to backstage rumblings that have been circulating among wrestling insiders, Triple H has been quietly building toward a much longer program for Gunther than anyone realizes. Not just a SummerSlam appearance, not just a fatal 4-way spot, a full-blown transformation into the most dominant world champion of this entire era. Think about how Triple H has booked Gunther since he arrived on the main roster. This is a man who held the Intercontinental Championship for over 600 days. A man who's wrestled Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Gunther, against literally anybody main event level, and never once looked weak doing it. Triple H does not waste that kind of credibility. He's been saving it. And if creative pulls the trigger on what's reportedly being discussed backstage, that fatal 4-way at SummerSlam isn't just a spot on the card. It's the moment Gunther finally becomes undisputed WWE champion. Here's why this theory makes so much sense. Reason number 1. The timing is perfect. Gunther just spent the last several weeks being positioned as untouchable. Attacking an authority figure with zero real consequence is exactly the kind of booking WWE uses when they're protecting someone for a title run. You don't let a guy assault a GM and walk away clean unless he's about to be paid off in a massive way. Reason number 2. The numbers game works in his favor. In a Fatal 4-Way, Gunther doesn't need to pin CM Punk or Cody Rhodes clean. He just needs to be the one standing at the end. WWE loves using multi-man matches to get new champions over without making the previous champion look like he lost his fight one-on-one. That's the exact kind of match structure Triple H has used before to elevate a rising star without damaging anybody else's stock. Reason number 3, and this is the one that's got fans buzzing the most. Gunther already has unfinished business with Sami Zayn. If Zayn ends up costing Gunther the win at Saturday night's main event, or if their partnership implodes before SummerSlam even arrives, that's not a wasted storyline. That's Triple H setting up a betrayal. And betrayal storylines are some of the most emotionally explosive angles in this entire industry. Imagine Gunther turning on Zayn mid-match, stealing the win, and marching into SummerSlam as champion off the back of pure ruthlessness. That's not just good booking, that's a moment people talk about for years. And let's not forget the other piece of this puzzle, Nick Aldis. Multiple reports have suggested that the Gunther-Aldis feud is being built toward Aldis making his in-ring return, possibly even at SummerSlam itself. If that's true, this isn't just a title chase. This is Triple H building 2 massive storylines out of one attack. Gunther gets his championship arc, and Aldis gets his redemption arc, both colliding on the same night in front of the biggest crowd of the summer.
If WWE actually pulls this off, Gunther walking into SummerSlam as the most protected, most dangerous force on the roster, potentially turning on his own partner, potentially ending the night as undisputed WWE champion while Nick Aldis gets his measure of revenge in the ring, that is not just a good show. That's a career-defining night for Gunther and one of the most talked about SummerSlams in years. And this is exactly the kind of long-term storytelling Triple H has become known for. He doesn't rush his top guys. He lets the tension simmer. He lets fans sit in the discomfort of, is this really happening? For weeks before he pulls the trigger. That's exactly what's happening with Gunther right now. The slow burn, the quiet confidence, the refusal to give fans a clean, predictable answer. Nobody outside of WWE's creative room knows for certain if this is the actual plan. WWE is keeping their cards extremely close to the chest here. No confirmation, no leaks from the top, nothing official. But when you line up the attack on Aldis, the Fatal 4-Way stipulation, the tension with Zayn, and Gunther's entire booking pattern over the last year, all the signs point in one direction. Triple H is building the Ring General into something the WWE Universe has never fully seen before. An unstoppable, top-of-the-mountain world champion born out of chaos, betrayal, and violence. And if that's true, SummerSlam just became a must-watch event. So look, nothing here is confirmed. This is speculation built on real events, real booking patterns, and real backstage rumblings. But if there's one thing we know about Triple H, it's that he doesn't do anything by accident. Every attack, every mic moment, every stipulation drop has a purpose. And right now, all roads seem to be leading Gunther straight to SummerSlam gold. Before you go, if this video got you thinking, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when this story actually breaks. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Gunther walks out of SummerSlam as the new undisputed WWE champion? Or does Sami Zayn betray him first? Drop your prediction in the comments. I read every single one. This is WrestleCore. I'll see you in the next one.